you can literally see here, they are trying so hard to appeal to anybody who has any skill at all. Do you guys see all these positions?
What is up, lovely savvy people? If you're here, I'm taking it you're a teenager who wants to know the best websites to make money online. That's the title of this video after all. So I'm going to be getting into that today for you as a teenager who's been working at home for like over 2 years now. It can definitely be a challenge, especially at the beginning, but there are definitely ways to make money out there underage, even without some like the skills that you would think you would need. So let's get into it.
First things first, we have what I like to call Google Job Search, because that's basically what it is. All you have to do is go to Google, as you can see what I just did there, and type in basically anything that kind of has to do with yourself, which I think we all have the teenager part in common. So you'll see that the first thing that comes up is jobs that are most likely like physical locations. Because, you know, most teenagers get physical location jobs, but that's not what we're doing here. So click that work from home button. As you see, there's like a trending symbol next to that. That was not always an option. That wasn't even an option when I first started looking like 2 years ago. So I think we can actually contribute that to the pandemic since work from home is becoming so much more popular. So as you'll see, when you type that in and you click work from home, jobs for teenagers comes up, and there are tons of filters at the top here. And if you know that you have skills in any of these, then this would be the time to like narrow down your search. I think as a teenager, it's kind of hard to have skills in, you know, like healthcare, management, business operations. It kind of varies, but I remember starting out, I pretty much was sticking with advertising and marketing and media communications and writing, because that's the stuff that I knew. I knew I could write, and I knew like marketing relatively well, especially like social media. That's a big one that teenagers are very familiar with, y'all know. Okay, so the first things that is here is just the all filter. As you can see, I haven't narrowed the down search any more than all. Haven't typed in location or date posted, type employer. I'm just going to stick with these broad ones here. And just make sure you look at like everything that the description says. Don't ever apply for a job before you know what you are getting yourself into. Alright, so this isn't very specific. It's kind of vague from what I could tell right there. They didn't have like anything about like hours or money. And even looking here, it seems pretty like, I don't know, it's kind of vague. So I'm not sure if this is like the most reliable job, but I'm not going to completely like knock them before I look at them. Alright, so clearly they seem like they're definitely open. It is jobs like this that you want to, kind of be looking for, the ones that say that they don't really care about if you have like too much experience. They really are looking for people. They sound like they're kind of urgent to get somebody in the position. It says if you're self-motivated. You do need to have a little bit of experience in sales. So it just kind of depends on what experience you feel like you have. It says work at home job for teens. So you know that they're not going to get mad at you for being underage and applying. Looking at this says you get paid to take online surveys, and they are saying this is a data entry job. All I have to say is you got to watch out for some of these positions, because taking surveys is not an online job. I know that kind of annoys some people who are like relying on surveys as like income, but at the end of the day, surveys take a lot of time. And different survey platforms, you will go on them and you'll take the survey and then you won't even make any money because you didn't qualify or whatever. So I would just suggest getting something more reliable than surveys. And you notice that a lot of, like, it's not uncommon to find teen jobs where they're kind of posed as a position. Once you start reading the description, it's obvious that they are more like a survey platform or something. Okay, so this job looks relatively reliable. It has more information. It says $10 to $20 an hour. Pretty big gap, but I'm sure as you read more and do like an interview, you would understand how much money you would actually be making. I just say that this search is the best search for teenagers. Jobs for teenagers. It'll make sure that you get like a job search come up, and it'll make sure that the description of the job somewhere it says teen. But keep in mind that you can definitely change that. You can change it to jobs for high schoolers. And honestly, you'll probably be more hard pressed finding jobs here. But you'll definitely find some people are looking to hire high schoolers sometimes. Just make sure you check on like what they're paying, who they are. Be smart about it. You can do paid, you can search like paid internships for high schoolers, paid internships for teenagers. You'd be like actually put in your exact age, like 16-year-old. So yeah, that's the first way. And I think that searching through Google is like the easiest way to find the broadest range of jobs and just to apply to a lot. I have to say that because you'll probably notice that it's harder to get a job than most would realize. So you just gotta be consistent, persistent, and apply to quite a few. Next, we're going to be going to Upwork.com. That is the very first platform I ever started getting paid on. When I was a teenager, I was like 14 when I first started working on here. And if you're at all familiar with this platform now, you'll know that they have since cut down on underage people using it. They do not let you use it if you're under 18. You have to submit your ID. So what I know a lot of teenagers do is they get their parents' ID and they submit that. Am I saying to do that? Am I saying not to do that? You can interpret that for yourself. But I do think freelancing is it's a very flexible, good position as a teenager because you're not committing to like a job. You're committing to shorter term positions for the most part. And I've always really liked Upwork.com. And as you can see, they have tons of categories at the top too. If you know any of your talents, this would be the platform to see who is looking for people. And basically like this platform, people post their position and a lot like Google search, you click it, you read it, and then you apply. Only thing is different is that through Upwork, you kind of have to they're called connects that you use to apply with. So you kind of have to pay to apply almost, but it's like 15 cents per connect. So if you have a little bit of money to spend on that, because 15 cents isn't really that bad, and then you'll be able to apply to all these different positions. You can literally see here, they are trying so hard to appeal to anybody who has any skill at all. Do you guys see all these positions that you will find people on Upwork searching for? Like, that's crazy. They go through the whole alphabet. And I'm sure you could look on here and I'm sure you have a skill that you can find and that you can apply for. You just have to make sure you really read through the position somebody, be smart about it and look at how much they're paying, what skill level they're looking for. I think that's the most important thing, because oftentimes, basically all the time, if they're looking for an expert level and you clicked on it because they're paying high, it's because they're looking for an expert level. So make sure you check that. Honestly, as a teenager, you should probably only be applying to beginner jobs unless you are actually intermediate in your field. Other than that, I don't think you should ever be applying to expert jobs. But don't let me crush your dreams. You do you, hun. And I'm not actually logged in right now because I don't use Upwork anymore. Like I said, they started cracking down. I never actually switched over to start using my parents' ID because I didn't have to. I found a job through Google, but I definitely could see doing this someday. When you click it, you'll see that they're showing people who offer their services. So make sure that when you are on here and you sign up to become a freelancer, not somebody who's looking for a job, because that's not what you're doing. And you might want to go through how it works, to learn a little bit more about it before you submit or commit to anything that you don't want to get committed to. All right, so the next tip, website, whatever you want to call it, is Etsy.com. If you're not familiar with Etsy, I just have to say, wow. That's shocking to me, but, that's okay. I'm not judging anybody. Etsy.com is a creative marketplace online. It's, very similar to Amazon in that sense, but it's not Amazon. It's really for small creators, small businesses, any type of creative. If you have a skill that you can share, you can slap that bad boy on here. And what I mean by that is you can make listings and sell them to people all over the world. As you can see here, just looking at my search, people, they'll sell earrings, they will sell Adobe Lightroom presets, which is digital. They'll sell paintings, they'll sell handmade masks, they'll sell handmade candles. The only thing about Etsy is you can't sell it unless it's handmade or vintage. So do not get on here trying to sell your old stuff. That is something that you should be using. Something like OfferUp, or I don't even know, like OfferUp for Let Go. But yeah, Etsy is for people who create stuff themselves. And if you have any kind of skill, I just say give it a try. Like, Etsy already has a huge audience, so if you can get yourself on here, that's a whole lot easier than trying to make your own website online and getting traffic yourself. So I've had this shop since July 2019. And you can see here that I have 600 sales. I got most of those sales last year, not gonna lie. 2019, I was those first 6 months is definitely a learning period, and obviously there's a learning curve with Etsy, so just expect to have to learn some, do a bit of research, be willing to put in that work. I think that as somebody who doesn't want to get too involved in like the shipping and handling process, definitely consider what digital products you can sell. As you can see here, a lot of my products are digital, which means people will buy it and all they have to do is download a file, and in that way it's kind of like passive income because they download the file and I don't have to do anything. Or if they order a logo, all I have to do is edit the text and then I send it to them myself. Also, you can definitely do stuff like sell your designs on shirts and notebooks. You'll have to do that through like printify.com, so you don't have to get into any of the printing operations yourself, because I know as a teenager that is very intimidating and it can get costly. So if you do it through printify.com, you'll be fine. That's how I sell designs on shirts here. I don't make all that money. Honestly, I make like $5 when somebody purchases it. $5 is still $5 and I don't have to do anything. That's passive income too. Once they buy it, I don't have to do anything. Next thing is Skillshare.com. You've probably heard of Skillshare.com because they've really been pushing out their website recently to YouTubers. You're on YouTube, so I know you've got to be familiar with them a little bit. They're a creative marketplace, and they have courses on there. And if you are educated in anything creative, I would just say get yourself on Skillshare and try to make a course. Make it to a certain quality because Skillshare is kind of picky with what videos they allow. I posted like 3 classes today that they didn't accept because of like video quality or audio quality. But you can see here that I do have quite a few. Yeah, you can see like these are the closed classes that they didn't accept. So just be prepared for that. But other than that, the classes that you do get on, I would just say that it's a pretty good investment in your time. You make the video one time, and for the rest of like basically your life, what I'm thinking, the video is going to be on Skillshare and you can make money from it as long as people continue to watch it. And that's crazy. Like, that's amazing. Every month on like the 15th, I get a PayPal email from Skillshare that has money in it from the watch time. So if you can think of every creative skill you have and just post a nice video on Skillshare that's like a course, offer a class project, a good description, definitely try it. And the last way is affiliate marketing. If you've never heard of affiliate marketing, I'm just going to do a brief run through. It kind of sounds intimidating. Like, it definitely kind of sounds more something like, an adult would do if you're like 13 and you're like, oh my gosh, I do not know what an affiliate is. I'm freaking out, but it's really not that complicated. You maybe have heard of Amazon affiliates before. That's just when you basically link to Amazon products, and people who click your link, you earn a commission from whatever purchase they make. So if the product is like $90, somebody clicks your link, you might get like, I don't know, maybe $9 if it's a 10% commission, and you get $9 from that, and Amazon will get the rest of the money. So every purchase you make, you get a commission. Even if you don't have like an online platform, you can still do this pretty simply if you have people who you recommend products to often. Not saying to like take advantage of like your family or friends or whatever, but if you have like a website that you really enjoy and you just know it would bring value to other people in your life, then don't feel ashamed to send them your link, like through a text message, and be like, you ever get the time, check this out. Because if they make a purchase, you'll make like a percentage of how much they buy, and however long they make purchases, you will make a commission for the rest of your life, like every time they make a purchase, because they used your link. But this is even better if you do have an online platform. Even like a platform is anything. If you have a blog, a YouTube like this, a Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, anything. If you have any kind of platform, you have followers, and you can push out a link that will actually bring them value, that is a really nice passive way to make income for as long as people keep clicking that link. Definitely do some more research on that as well if you are interested. I think that's a pretty decent overview, and check out Amazon affiliates if you are more into like the product realm of things.
Alright, so I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you have any questions, absolutely drop them in the comments below. I will try my absolute hardest to answer them. And don't forget to subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Check out some of my other videos, and hopefully I'll have some more coming out soon on how to make money, get that bag this year. Alright, see you guys in the next one.